going to a main. Richards, Warja, Nadeau, McAtee, and Joe Doherty. Gate is down in its blast off time, and here we go. Silver City Shootout coming at us. Right in the middle of that, we got Smoking Joe, and we got Nadeau right behind him. It's Doherty, Nadeau, and here comes Warja on the inside, busting a move on Nadeau. Look at Warja, he's possessed out there, but Nadeau's trying to keep the door shut up on the front end there. We still got DDR colors, Joe Doherty. Here comes Nadeau, trying to put a swoop. Warja trying to put a swoop on Nadeau. Nadeau holds him off, can't do it yet. Running 1, 2, and 3, we got Doherty, Nadeau, Paul Warja, we got McAtee back there, and Mike Richards. Here we go, moto number 2, 17 and over X combined, all going to the main. The Vulture, Tommy Johnson, the Fox Heckler, Steve Daly, and John Casilli. Gates down, and here they come. We got Heckler with the lead, but we got the Vulture all over his action out there. Tommy Johnson trying to catch him and stay with him. Here comes John Casilli flying a new colored shirt this time. But up on the front end of this, we got Heckler, Tommy Johnson, John Casilli, and Stephen Daly on the caboose. Looks like this race is going to be for the second spot out there as Casilli's all over Tommy Johnson out there. Johnson trying to keep the door shut. Looks like he's going to do it. Heckler's got no problem. We got Johnson number 2, Casilli 3, and Daly in for 4, going to Moto 3. 9 and 11 through 9. Donnie Hood out 2. And Donnie Hood hangs on to number 3. Gate is down 15X. Combined class, Plaskett, Farber, Forgione, and Nant Sylvia Slickster leading them out. We got Sylvia on the front end. Plaskett, number 2, Mario Forgione hanging on to number 3 spot out there.
That's his footing on the pedal.
Andy Farber hangs on to the caboose right now. Big time battle out there on number 2 spot is Forgione trying to bust a move on Danny Plaskett. Plaskett keeps the door shut right now, but look at the Slickster fly. But here comes Plaskett. Plaskett gaining big time on Sylvia. Here comes Sylvia, Plaskett, Forgione, and Andy Farber going to go to the line in that order. Moto, top end of this one, we still got the Spitfire out of Bristol. Thunder Alley going, Ryan Gagne. We got Brent Rideout number 2, Hank Shearer number 3, McGonigal number 4, and Chris Witkowski number 5. We're going to 17 and over X. Remember, going to a main. Smoking Joe Doherty leads out moto number 1. You got Doherty, Warja, Nadeau, McAtee, and Richards out there. Up on the top end of this is Smoking Joe Doherty, Paul Warja, the Punisher, and Mr. Excitement, Wayne Nadeau. Those are your top 3 runners right now. Back in the 4th spot out there, we got Sean McAtee and Michael Richards on the caboose trying to reel in McAtee. Can't do it, but look at the front end of this one. Is Joe Doherty on the 20-inch. Haven't seen him all year. Is going to go home a winner. Here comes Mr. Excitement. Nadeau can't grab number 2 as Warja hangs on. Second group, 17 and over X coming our way. Tommy Johnson, Mark Heckler, Steve Daly, and Mr. Airborne himself, John Casilli. Up on the front end of this one, though, it's the Fox. Everybody else is a Hound right now. Mark Heckler, number 1. DDR colors flying. Tommy Johnson, the Vulture out there, number 2. And here comes Casilli. Casilli's got his sights set on Johnson. Casilli is right on Johnson out there. Daly's falling back a little bit. Look at the big-time wheelie out there that Heckler puts on. Heckler heading for the line. Big-time battle as we lose Tommy Johnson and Casilli. Steve Daly gets the second spot handed to him, as Mr. Johnson got a little bit squirrely out there. And Mr. Casilli is having a rough and tumble day. But John's okay. He's just with the thumbs up out there. Tough break out there, Tommy. Tommy popped the chain. I guess that's what happened to him. He didn't get squirrely. He lost that chain. Everybody's okay. Big Hood, Richard Hood, and that's where they're going to go in. Conti hangs on to number 3. Everybody else is back in the pack. Matt Sylvia is leading out Moto 15, Moto 20, 15-year-old expert combined class one more time. We got Mario Forgione, Andy Farber, Danny Plaskett all back in the pack out there, but Sylvia building up a big lead. Plaskett number 2, Forgione number 3, and Andy Farber hanging on to the 4th spot. 2 experts trying to do it with 2 novices out there. Sandwiched in the middle is the 1 novice. That's Danny Plaskett. He's got the Slickster on the front end, and Farber, or Forgione right behind him. They're going home in this order: Sylvia, Plaskett, Forgione, and Farber. Moto Warja, Wayne Nadeau, Sean McAtee, and DDR's own Joe Doherty. Gates down on the chain, gang, and look at Warja fly out of there. Warja with a big hole shot. Here comes Doherty. Nadeau has the lead right now. We lose Nadeau. We lost 2 riders out there. Nadeau, and I believe that was McAtee. Not too sure about it all, though. Let's see what we got on the front side out there. We've got Joe Doherty right now. It's Doherty and Warja running 1 and 2. Here comes Warja. Warja gets Michael Richards. Here we go, Paul Ward. It looks like he's going to hang on. Doherty's going to let Richards have second spot. Doherty back at number 3. We're going to check on Mr. Nadeau out there. Big time bail out there for tough little rider out of New Britain. Mr. Excitement, Bristol's own, Wayne Nadeau. Silly. Minus his MCS shirt today. No one. The one main is already posted. The main is posted, and that's this week. 17 and over expert. Here they come in the gates down, and it's Heckler and Tommy Johnson. Casilli in the sandwich right now. It's Heckler on front. Tommy Johnson coming on strong. Johnson trying to reel him in. We got Heckler, Johnson, John Casilli, and Stephen Daly falling back right now as Mark Heckler pulls away. It's Heckler all by himself out there coming out of the speed bowl. Casilli's all over Johnson out there. John Casilli looking to get by the Vulture. Can't do it yet as Johnson gets squirmy, slips the pedal, and gives Casilli the opening he was waiting for. John Casilli goes on by, as does Stephen Daly. Tommy Johnson drops all the way back to number 4, but Mark Heckler on the top side of this one. Swoop out there, got his sights set on Hood. Can he do it? We don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. Here he comes. Rick looking strong, and he gets a little tire sizzle out there. Has to drop it back. Donnie Hood going to hang on number 1. Chris Rick's going to hang on to number 2 and put Matt Conti back in the 3rd spot. Here come the 15-year-old experts and a couple of novices too thrown in there. Matt Sylvia, Danny Plaskett, Mario Forgione, and Andy Farber. Same way they've been running all day long. Look at a classic battle back there for the 2nd spot between Plaskett and Forgione, and that's the order they're in right now. But up on the top end of this one, it's Matt Sylvia for Wilk Racing, number 19 national rider, looking strong as he should. Matt Sylvia, Danny Plaskett, Mario Forgione, and Andy Farber. That's the order they're running in, and that's the order they're going to go to the line unless something happens. No, sir, they're going home in that order. Coffins on there on the inside. That's Rossing up on the front side, and we got Matt Dallas in the sandwich out there. 16-year-old experts. I got 2 McGoyans on the moto sheet, only 1 on the track. Don't know which one he is right now, but that's Rossing on the top side. Rossing, Dallas, and McLaughlin running 1, 2, and 3. 3-person race. Anybody's got it right now. Dallas is possessed out there. He's a man on a mission, trying his darnest to get by Rossing. Here he comes, coming on strong. Matt Dallas, Ray Rossing. Down in here, they come like a landslide down the mountain, and it looks like Heckler. Heckler one more time. We got 4 abreast races coming in. 3 abreast is Doherty backing down a little bit. Casilli and Johnson side by side, get a little tire sizzle out there. The Fox got it all his way, but look at the battle back in the pack as Johnson and Casilli go at it side by side. It looks like Casilli taking a bail, takes Johnson out with him. A Georgia inherits it. We lose another rider over the top. All kinds of bad action going on out there. Heckler in the top spot. Warden hangs on to number 2. Smoking Joe number 3. Daly number 4. We lost Tommy Johnson also. We lost half the group out there. And there goes one more rider. Why not everybody falls? Unbelievable action out there. 17 and over expert style. It's Mr. Steve Daly goes down. We only had 3 riders that stayed up that time. Wow.
What a mean.
Anyway, things get hectic with the chain gang out there, but everybody's on real quick.
Greg, there's your new girlfriend. Meter.
So I'd say stay at least 20 motos ahead up there in the staging area. And he pulls it off. We got Jim Cunningham back in number 3 out there. Todd Asker hanging on number 4, and number 27 out there of Kovac on the caboose. But up on the top end of this one, it's still Donnie Olson looking strong. Jody Wood falling back, and Olson's going to go home a winner. We're going to move on to moto number 2. 1820 cruisers, Dankel, Heckler, Sid Shaw, and Smoking Joe Doherty, who just took a bail out there. We're going to check on Joe. Trying to take it away, but this battle's on the top side of this one as we got Matt Sylvia, the slickster, with Botec all over his rear.
Ryan Marshall out of Enfield, out of the flat turn. Marshall brings him around, got some heat for number 2 right now. Finkel trying to
This looks like 17 over X in the gate. I'm up in the tower.
Corna and Finkel trying to settle it out for number 2, and here comes Sterner putting his nose up into the deal right now. Sterner's back on for 4, trying to work his way into the 3 spot. Got a move on the inside.
Taking forever, I know.
Can he hold on to it? Looks like it's
Can't hear the starter up here though, so I got to stay with him.
Finkel in for 3, and it's going to be Sterna on for 4. Looks like Eddie Holder on for 5. Win is going to go to Brian Marshall.
Come on, Joe.
17 and over experts up next. Moto 26 in the gates.
Here we go.
Gates down, out jumps the Lucky, punches that baby right out. TJ on the inside, and TJ jumps out in the lead. Over the hill they go. Looks like Johnson's going to bring him into the pit. Johnson with the Lucky right in his hip pocket, coming out of the pit and heading for the table. Asphalt 1 sees the 99. Jay jumping out on top of this thing with the Lucky out for 2. Materi's in for 3. Flat turn finds him still stringing out. Johnson, the Lucky, Materi 1, 2, 3. The 7 DE there from Marcus Danko is on for 4. Danko now almost lost it to Meyer, but Meyer had to drop back. Final turn brings him out. DDR colors on top. Looks like it's going to be TJ. It's Timmy Johnson in for the win. The Lucky's going to be on for 2. Let's go to the second gate of 17 and over X's. Who we got coming out? Looks like it's going to be Wilk Racing colors on top. It's National 1-9. It's going to be Mark Heckler. Mark Heckler brings him out. Look at the heat for number 2 right now. Inside move looks like O'Reilly. No, I thought O'Reilly at 65. Oh, it's going to be Donnie Olson. Olson with DDR colors on his tail. Savage and Olson now. Savage on for 3. Olson's in there for 2. Number 4 is going to be, looks like Sidney Shaw on there, and 5 is going to go to Jimmy Cunningham. The win is going to go to the Fox, old Mark Heckler. Mile out ahead, looks like White Bear Rider. Billy Botek's going to bring him home. D.D. Plaskett jumping out with Jason Ford on the outside, heading for the wall. Ford takes the lead.
Rob Delecki to registration. Rob Delecki to registration.
Plaskett goes down to the bar, drops back to 3, still trying to hunt down number 2, but number 2 is being held by Mr. Peter Bryant. Plaskett with an outside move, can't get by him now. The heat for second place could turn into 1 right now because Ford has got a battle going on right behind him. Jason Ford brings him out of the turn now, still got the lead. Bryant's still trying to hunt him down, got Plaskett not too far behind. Here comes the drag race between Brand and Ford. Looks like, I don't know, it's going to be your call.
Bill Botek.
Gate went down on the first speed.
The hardware comes down. They come rolling down the hillside. Looks like one more time USA colors, and it's going to be shaking on the inside, trying to give some trouble. USA colors, Sean Matheson, national number 32, brings him out of the pit. Look at Jake Taylor going on the outside out of Silver City. Taylor and Shaken, a duo back there for 2 and 3. Gould on for 4. Cardiff on for 5. Cavelli on for 6. And Schwab on for 7. Back to the landing car. Looks like the national 3-2 still got him. The Snitch trying to reel in the distance now. Looking for the line to get on by Matheson. Matheson's still going good. Every time for Matheson, rolling through and goes Shaken. Taylor right on his tail. Looks like it's going to be, though, the 3-2 is going to take it in for the win. Matheson, Shaken, Taylor, Gould, Cavelli, Cardiff, and Schwab. Back to moto number 1. Big wheel action time. 18, 20-year-old cruisers jumping on top of this thing. Looks like it's going to be the 27K. That's Johnny Kovacs. Kovacs got all kinds of heat coming on the back door right now. Silver City's Todd Asper trying to reel him in. Here comes Wilk, and don't forget Olson. They're all in one big pack coming out of the tower turn.
Boy,
But
Olson's hot.
Kovacs has got the lead. Final turn, head for the pipe. Kovacs still got it. Asper can't get it. Either can Olson, and there goes Wilk on for 4. That brings moto number 2 out here. 18-20 cruisers, second half of cruisers. Shaw and Heckler, 1 and 2 side by side, heading for the wall.
Ben Allman to registration, please. Ben Allman to registration.
We're going to hold off on 3. Meanwhile, Wilk Racing Split Images rider Mark Heckler got the lead, bringing about Sidney Shaw, this other man, trying to reel in the distance. Looks like Marcus Danko and Joe Doherty back there for 3 and 4. Out they come now. A little tire run back there. Doherty is not going to give it up. Danko wants to get it back. Looks like Heckler's going to take it in. Shaw's going to kick back off the gas. Doherty and Danko in for 3.
18 over X, second time around, first group.
And they got a battle back there for 5 and 6 between Cornett and Eddie Holder. Marshall and Finkel 1 and 2 on this one. 17 and over X. TJ doing it again. Delecki on for 2 with Materi on for 3. Got Dangle back there on the 4, trying to hold back Meyer right now with McEntee on for 5. But out of the tower turn, it's still going to be TJ ruling the roast. Delecki is going to be in there for 2. The 3 slot is going to go to Mr. Materi. Marcus Danko holding down number 4. That's going to put the 5 slot in for Mr. Marcus Stanko out of New York. The other half of your 17 and over experts hitting the wall right now. They pull the cord out the drop-off. Looks like Savage has got the lead. Savage and Heckler 1 and 2 with the Southern man. Shaw on for 3. Olsen back on for 4. Cunningham pulling back off the gas for number 5.
Okay, Moto, excuse me, Joe, for 2 seconds. Moto 22, please come to registration.
Savage.
Again.
Right now, national number 7.
15 novice, second time around.
Billy Botek heading to the line. Zach Gietek on for 2. Wiz trying to reel in Amore, but not going to happen. Carlo Amore on for 3. It's going to be Belanti on for 4. Chris Ballou on for number 5.
Good line, Dan.
15-year-old novice coming your way. D.D. Plaskett with a major move on the inside. Gets by Peter Bryan.
Keep the door shut.
Bryan wants it back. Plaskett close to the door. No, it's not going to happen. D.D. Plaskett got it cooking. Bryan, though, still trying to hunt him down. Got some more track to go. Got Jason
Hang on, Dan.
on 4 and 3 right now. Richards on for 4. Got Farber on for 5. And number 6 is going to go to the 08. That's going to be Dexter Jansen. To the line they go. It's going to be D.D. Plaskett for the win. Peter Bryan in for 2. Jason Ford on 4. 18, 20 cruisers coming down the mountain. Look at Kovacs go. Woo! Kovacs has got it up there. He's right now. And Kovacs trying to hold the back right now. Asphalt 1 and it's still John Kovacs. Dusty D trying to work him down right now. Kovacs holds the inside line. Look at this. Olsen trying to get out by him. Goes by. Has Book on for 3. Dusty D on for 1. Johnny Olsen takes it on by him. Johnny Kovacs still hanging on to number 2. Jody Wilson up for 3. And we're going to have Jimmy Cunningham on for no! Olsen goes down at the end. What a push to the line. Some say he threw the race. What the hell, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Let's go to moto number 2. Last gate, 18, 20-year-old cruisers. Yes, that's Sidney Shaw in the lead. Sidney Shaw bringing him out in the flat turn. Going to have Shaw on top with the old Fox on board number 2. Shaw, Heckler, 1 and 2. Danko back there running with Mr. Doherty. At the end, Schmebel's boy.
17 over X, first group, third time around.
Down by Sean Cornett. Side-by-side action. The Starman gives him a blast. Looks like it's going to be Finkel. Finkel had a little heat from Marshall. Marshall now getting edged out. Finkel's going to take it in. We lost 4 down the asphalt. Finkel, Marshall, 1 and 2. Cornett in for 3. John Rhodey to the infield. John Rhodey to the infield, please. Moto 26, 17 over X, doing it all night, 3 times in a row. Looks like old TJ got the 99J fired up and cooking tonight. Tommy Johnson looking real good. DeLucky on for 2, looks like. No, make that Marcus Stanko on for 2. DeLucky on for 3. That's going to be Maturi on for 4. Meyer and McEntee, other half. 17 over experts, Moto 26. The Fox has got him cooking right now.
He just lost 1.
Savage on for number 2, trying to reel in the Fox. Got Mr. Who's that? That's Olsen. Yes, Olsen. Olsen's on for 3. Can't forget Dusty Don D. Heckler, Savage, Olsen, 1, 2, and 3. Going to be Shaw in for Warren Allen back there for number 4. Got a big crew at the 16 over X, motor number 30, hitting the drop-off. Lachavo almost got past, but held him off. Looks like it's going to be Barnes. Lachavo. Cornett trying to get him at the end, but Lachavo takes 2. Cornett for 3. There goes Williams involved with 1 and 2, side by side in the flat turn. It's photo number 30. Williams gets found by Baldwin, puts him up into the grass. Inside comes Matt Dallas, slides into 2, puts Baldwin back on the 3. Benny Allman back on the 4 slot right now. Ryan Willis out of the action, back on for number 5. Here comes the heat at the end. Drag race time. Matt Dallas goes in for the win. Looks like it's going to be Williams, Baldwin, and Allman.
15 novice, third time around.
Chris Ballou on for 5. A distance back, going to have Mr. Botek on top of this thing. Billy Botek, hands down, coming out of asphalt 3. Going to bring it home for the win. Billy Botek goes in for the win. Zach Gietek in for 2. The Wiz, Vinny Valenti in for 3, Carlo Amor, Chris Ballou 4 and 5.
Capture registration, please.
Moto 33, 15-year-old novice coming at you right now. It's going to be Peter Bryan doing it with Jason Ford on for 2 and Diamond Danny Plaskett.
Go for it, Dan.
In the 3 slot. Back and forth, Eric Richards is back there. Got Barber on for 5 and 6 is being held down by the 08. Dexter Jansen. Opening up his lead, heading for home. Looks like Peter Bryan's going to take it in. Ford settling for 2 with Plaskett.
Good try, Dan. Good job.
Moto number 34, 15-year-old.
August 27th, 1990. Last week at Bristol. Still looking at gate practice. Anyway, we'll get going pretty soon. Pretty good crowd. Let's see how big it is. Pretty good for a regular night. Getting ready for the States.
Moto 16, 17X, the chain gang. Don't need Moto seats to lead these guys. Tommy Johnson, Paul Warder, Shane McAtee, Heckler, and the Macho Man, Mike Savage. 17 and over experts.
Ready.
Gates down, and here comes the chain gang side by side, and it looks like Savage and Johnson. There goes the Fox. Mark Heckler takes over the lead, and look at him fly. So right now we got Heckler. Here goes Tommy Johnson, goes down big time, takes a heavy-duty bail out there. Looks to be okay. We're going to check him out. Up on the top end of this one, here comes Mike Savage. We got Mark Heckler trying to hang on as we head down through Boggs Hollow into the wall. It's Heckler, Savage, and Warder and McAtee. Right now that's how they're running. Doesn't look like it's going to change. And Heckler hangs on for the win. Savage number 2. This line, please. Riders from Moto 14 as 17 and over novices are going to go at it now. Richard, Coach, Sadie, McLaughlin will finish. Moto 29, big time combined class. 15 novice against some 60-year-old experts. We're looking at the Moss brought out. We got Ryan McGloin, Brendan McGloin, Mark Prado, Mike Angiolo, George Conklin, and Diamond Dan Plaskett. 16X, 15 novice. Some kind of mixed class going on out there. Who we got on the top side of this one? That looks like the number 8 out there. That's number 8 or number 6. Couldn't quite pick him up. That's got to be Conklin. There comes Plaskett. They're going over the top of Savage. Don't know who all of it is. We're looking at Conklin and Plaskett running 1 and 2 right now. Looks like Plaskett trying to put on a push. Nothing left. George Conklin going to go to the line. Top spot. Dean Plaskett number 2. Everyone else.
Ready.
And the 17X's are out, and it looks like Johnson backs it down big time. Savage with a hole shot. Here comes the Fox. 2 guys going out there right now. That's Mike Savage, Mark Heckler, Paul Warder, and Shane McAtee trying to take away number 3 from Warder, and he looks like the Punisher is going to have to set up for number 4 as he drops it back. But look at the battle up on the top side. Heckler won it first time around. Looks like Savage better than him this time, although he's got it back. Pocket full of Foxes out there. But up on the top end, it's going to be Savage, Heckler, Warder tackles number 2, but here comes Mackinson trying to take away. Mackinson hangs on number 3. Photo 28, Mike Keith says 16X. This is not. This is 15X. Brian McGloin, Brendan McGloin, Mark Prado, Mark Angiolo, George Conklin, and Diamond Danny Plaskett looking strong out there. We got Conklin and Plaskett. I believe those are your top 2 riders right now. Let's check them out as they come along. That still should be Conklin. That was 6 CT out there. It is. Conklin and Plaskett. Everybody else is falling back. Real quick, Prado hanging on number 3. We got Prado on the 3rd side, but on the top end, it's still Conklin. Conklin, Plaskett all over his face out there. Can't get by. Gets a little squirrely. One more time, it's Conklin, Plaskett, and Prado. Those are the top 3 finishers. 17 and over X, the chain gang. One more time, it's Mike Savage, Mark Heckler. Here we go, Savage and Heckler side by side. Keep your fingers crossed, hope they get through it cleanly, and they do. Big time riders out there. Mike Savage, the Macho Man, in the Fox, hanging on number 2. We got the Punisher, Warrior, number 3, and Shane McAtee back in the 4th spot. Tommy Johnson is history. Here we go on the top side is Savage.
Come on, Shane!
Savage is going to settle for 2 out of 3 tonight. Heckler, number 2. McAtee getting away number 3 from the Punisher, Warrior. Here comes Warrior coming on strong. Can't throw it out. Let's try to pick up some riders. That's got to be Marcus Shake up there somewhere. I don't know which one he is. Going to hit the line. Moto 1911, Novice 11X, McGonigal right out, Gagny, Vieira, and flying Ryan Goulet. Let's watch the lovely little ladies do it as we got cello 13-year-olds can do it. Moto 29, 15 Novice, 15X. Here we go. Brendan McGloin, Brian McGloin, Mark Kittle, George Conklin, and Danny Plaskett. It looks like Plaskett with a hole shot. Diamond, Dan Plaskett looking possessed out there. Here comes Conklin on the outside. That's got to be Prado back there, somewhere back there by number 3. But it looks like Plaskett. Plaskett goes way too high out there. Conklin takes it away. But here comes Danny trying to come back. Gets a little airborne out there. Plaskett has to drop back to number 2. And Conklin takes over the top spot. And we got Mike Igiolo hanging on to number 3. Everyone else switches. Neutral, just it down. We got Conklin and Plaskett. Top 3. Last motor of the night.
His plans. In his place, we have the city councilman from this district, and I'm proud to introduce at this time Mr. Ty Mellon.
Thank you very much. Welcome, and I'll keep this very brief because we got a long day of activities ahead of us. This is the first time I've been able to be here during the course of an event, and I'll tell you, I'm impressed so far with what I've seen. And all of you with the Thunder Rally Parents Association, you have a lot to be proud of. I bring you greetings from Mayor Leone and the Bristol City Council. Welcome to Bristol, those of you that are not from Bristol. And just a little history of this facility here. This is part of the Pine Lake open space property, which is under the guidance of the City of Bristol and the Bristol Park Department. And through a cooperative effort with the Bristol chapter of the Connecticut JCs and the Thunder Rally BMX Parents Association, you see this facility here today. And we as city officials are very proud of what we see here, and we hope to see this grow bigger and better every year, and we're here to support you. So on that note, I say good luck to the riders, good luck to all the parents, and let the races begin, and you're doing a heck of a job here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ty. Nice job. Okay, he went back a little bit historically. I'm going to do the same. Bristol BMX opens for the 1986 season here. It was built and operated by a gentleman named Jim Parrott under the sponsorship of the Bristol Civitan Club. After the 1988 season, Jim Parrott and the Civitans decided to concentrate their efforts on other things. It looked like this track would close, as was the case with Route 5 BMX up in South Windsor the very same year. Along came a lady who was determined to see Bristol BMX continue to provide an opportunity for area youth to have an alternate recreational sport other than baseball, football, soccer, and the like. On the brink of extinction, she was able to put together a support group and gain a sponsor, allowing the track to continue its operation. For the last 2 years, she has served as track director for Thunder Rally, and without her efforts, this track just would not be here now. Without further ado, I'm proud to announce track director, Mrs. Nancy Nadeau.
Thank you. I'm going to make this very short and sweet. I want to thank everybody for coming here today to watch these kids race. It's a big day for them. It takes a lot of effort. I also want to thank everybody that was involved in putting this track together. George Givens, Rose Givens, Dee down in registration. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her last name. Roger Plaskett, everyone down in the kitchen. If it wasn't for all these people, this track wouldn't be here. It's not just me. So I just want to give you all a hand and thank you once again for doing everything you've done. Kids, good luck. Give it your all.
Thanks, Nancy. Good job. Okay, the sponsor, which Nancy was able to come up with, is the Bristol division of the JCs. This civic-minded group is responsible for many youth-oriented activities. we at Thunder Alley are proud to have this group behind us, just as I am proud at this time to be able to welcome the president of the Bristol JCs to this championship race, Mr. Bob Sudge.
Thank you very much. I too here. That's a lot of people. We are proud to support this event, and we intend to support this organization for many years to come. Thank you for coming. Let the races begin.
Thank you, Bob. For sure, we need you. Okay, at this time, we'd like to get to the national riders. And I'd like to say, before we do get going with those guys, listen up, riders over there. After we get through your introductions, we need all the teams to gather as quickly as possible with your bikes for the parade lap up at the starting gate. Okay, we're looking at the national riders. Now, these are the riders that participated in the NBL Grands in Louisville, Kentucky approximately 3 weeks ago. Does not necessarily mean they gained a national ranking, but they sure had a good time. Steve?
And we had a very good representation at the Grands this year in Louisville. And the young lady should lead it off.
If you'd walk up the top of Saturday, give everybody a big wave here, and then down the front side.
She'll lead the way. And hiding behind is, in the 12-year-old girls, is Chelsea Rose. She has got a number 2 plate.
That is a number 2 national ranking.
Also getting a national ranking of the young ladies is Kimberly Martin. She got a number 2. She's not with us today, but she got a number 2. Okay, now we move on to Sean also. If my sheet is right. He got number 18 and as an expert. Jesse Price earned a 25 in cruiser.
Come on, Jesse. There you go. All right.
He also earned, one more time, after you get your recognition, if you're on a team, head on us to the starting country in class.
We have Joe ended up with 31 in cruiser and 192 in class. I can't find it right. 127 cruiser, number 1 in the country, and number 1.
Amanda, you stay right there. Don't move.
Heckler in white right now. Heckler has the inside line. We got Mr. White hanging on number 2. White puts a foot down. All kinds of action in the back of the pack, but it's 2 riders going on right now, and that's Heckler, White. That number 24 rider that's Duke out of New York City, the Bronx. Mike Duke hanging on number 3. But up on the top end of this one, it's still the Fox. One light, man white. Mike Duke, who is that? Rider back there, number 4. Don't know what this class is. Not the 5. And Mike Savage up on the top end though. It's Midnight and Savage. Here comes Tommy Johnson on the inside. Sid Shaw cuts it back number 4. Mr. Excitement, Wayne Nadeau on the 5th side. Here comes Nadeau. Nadeau and Shaw. They touch, but no problem. Up on the top end, it's still Midnight. Midnight has it all his way right now. We got Savage settling for number 2, and Tommy Johnson's going to have to settle for number 3.
We had a beautiful set.
Oral fight out there. Look at him fly. Dexter Jansen, David Barr, Eric Richards, Jason Ford, and Sandro B. Calvelho.
Diamond Dan doing the work right now. Pull the boys out of turn number 1. They work it on the inside straight right now. Plaskett still got the lead. Got Ford on for 2. Barr back there for 3 with Farber holding down the 4 slot.
This is going to get exciting because Mr. Plaskett is only 35 points behind. Jason Ford looking for the top spot. Connecticut NBL style. It looks like Diamond Dan running some straight to be out there because he's right there. Jason Ford is going to hang on to number 2.
Let it go.
Amanda, we're going to get down. Where they come.
It's the Fox on the top side of this one. That's Mark Heckler. Look at Maynard White dropping back big time out there. Who we got in the number 2 spot? Mikey Duke. Mikey Duke out of the Bronx hanging on number 2. Mikey Duke coming on real strong here, trying to reel him in. We got Dolecki, Ross Dolecki out of New Jersey coming on in the 3rd spot out there. And we got Maynard White hanging on number 4. But up on the top side of this one, it's still Heckler. Here goes Duke. Duke and Heckler. Shaw looking real strong out there. He's dropping back now. Midnight takes over the top spot. We're looking at Midnight, Savage, Johnson, and Shaw. That is your order right now with Olsen and Nadeau back in the pack out there. And we got Danko back on the caboose. But Randy Midnight is pulling away. Mike Savage worried about Johnson back in the 3rd spot. It's going to be Midnight, Savage, Johnson, Shaw, Nadeau, Olsen.
4th spot's going to belong to Jesse. Number 5 going to go. Go, man! Coming on the back door. Come on! Yeah, go! Go! Crank it! Yeah!
Sorry about that on the camera.
Baldwin, and ready? Watch the gate.
Jackson, David Barr, Eric Richards, Jason Ford, Vancouver, Chicago.
Looks like BD Plaskett pulling him out. Jason Ford on for 2 and Barr's in the 3 slot right now. They're starting to straighten it out through turn number 1. BD Plaskett got the heat of Jason Ford on his back door with Jason Barr knocking that car behind with Richards in the 4th slot. Out the back they come. BD's got the lead. He's starting to pull ahead. Ford's got the heat of Mr. Davey Barr on his back door. Trying to hold him off. 3rd is pushing into number 1 right now, but it looks like Plaskett's got the lead. Pumps the hole. It's going to be Plaskett. Ready? shot. Here comes Lightning. Here's Plaskett holding off the heat. It's still going to be the Fox pushing him out. Here comes Duke trying to reel him in, and Plaskett's on the feet. Now, just Duke lost a crank. That's going to put Plaskett up for 2. White Lightning trying to reel in the New York fighter. Eckler gets up airtime. Look at Plaskett just putting away all the rules and cooking to the line. In his hip pocket. TJ now trying to reel in Savage. Big Knight holding him up. They think those in the face, which saw him back before. They worked their way to the back turn. Looks like the BB man, Vandy, Betonitis. Got some heat from here on this dirt guy. Go to me, Betonitis.
Jaffa.
On the outside, that's Sandro Di Carvalho.
Eddie Barr on the outside, number 2. Jason Ford now sneaking his way up in the number 2. Barr went a little bit high past the white line, and that's going to cost him with the Richards on for number 4.
Barr gets a little squirrely.
Go, Dave!
He's trying to catch Plaskett. Plaskett dives down the mat and up and over. Now Ford, he tries the inside move. It's a race in the first place. It's Plaskett and Ford. Ford out in front now. Ford and Plaskett and everybody.
Ready? On the game.
Side by side. Everyone else is back in the pack. Here comes Johnson. Tommy Johnson takes over. Bitnitis. We almost lost him. Home run city time over the top. He is history up on the top side. It's Savage. Tommy Johnson. White. Duke in number 4 and Fox in number 5. That is Mark Heckler. Greg Plaskett, number 6. Wayne debut, number 7. But up on the top end is number 7.
You just took it.
Shot. Ken Allman takes it out in the lead. Greg Williams on the outside. He's got second. Here comes Rothstein in for third. Here comes Price in for third. Allman in first, holding off Williams. Now Williams has a different idea. It's Allman and Williams. Here comes Price for third. Allman, Williams.
Wallen. But when you came down here into the first corner, almost looked like a top. You know, we saw you take the corner, you had an entry. You looked like a top.
Sylvia, back down next. Sylvia takes it out in front. Here comes Price in for third. Price is going for second. Botek on the outside. It's Sylvia on the head. On the outside, Price lays it down. Here comes Botek for second. Here comes Conklin in for third. Sylvia has it clean and neat. Botek has it second. Conklin in for third. And Ford into fourth place.
You got enough film for this one, Joe?
Yeah, we're not even close. We got over.
You're the one that said, ask me about this, right? In trouble? Okay, now see the swap. Then he was a 60. Lady in the green. A blue, actually. And then you got a guy with a red hat on. See that? Yeah. Mr. Small, red hat. Put the guys, you go find out right away because they don't have anybody. Ready?
Outside going to have Wright out and Gould 1 and 2 out there. The Spitfire brings him into turn number 1. Sparky Wright out in for number 2. Now the Stitches on the inside trying to hold Gould off to number 4. B.B. Barker back there for the number 6 spot. And it's going to be McGonigal. And it's Bukowski for 7. On the outside, here comes Fred Wright out. Putting the heat on the outside, side by side. Coming up to the jump. It's going to be on the outside. Wright out. Representing Under Alley, Greg Williams. Silver City, going to be Ryan Willis. That's a Supercross. This is BMX action. Now, they're running right now. Duncan's got some heat from Williams on the outside. Wilson's back at number 4. Look at Gietek trying to turn on Senior. Plaskett trying, oh, he's been doing it, trying to get around Senior. It doesn't look like